Funk.
Everybody feel the jungle fever on the par with Oren G. Oh, about to start the season. Talking ball at TABC.
Got a nice jingle to
Oh,
it.
oh, me and Oren Glickman got it in the bag.
This is
About
not part. This is not part of the preview show, right?
All right, I'm excited. Clearly,
All right, but that's not part of the preview show, right? We're doing another recording after.
no, I already started the recording.
What? I don't have my Google sheet ready. Hang on one
It's all
second.
good. I just wanted people to log on, and the first thing to see is to see Jack has been working on his voice in his free time, so that when he hits the karaoke bar, he sounds good. Or when he's talked smack on the court, I might just sing to you and you. We're gonna have a good time.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't wish my co-host a very happy birthday.
It is my birthday. I may have been champagning and campaigning already. May or may not have
The big
happened.
2-8, Jack.
Big 2-8, man. I'm 28, which
Mm-hmm.
means I got 3 more good years of ball before I'm officially a screen setter and rebounder only.
All right.
Unless I hit those cryogenic chambers like LeBron James, or eat whatever Johnny Nolman's been eating. Stay in that good of shape.
All right. So we are at the it's 8 days today, but tomorrow we're at the 1 week mark. So figured it'd be a good opportunity to preview the week 1 matchups. I think a lot of our viewers are going to want us to really do power rankings, but I don't think it makes sense to do power rankings when we've never even seen any of these teams gel on the court yet.
Again, it might be early because I'm sure we did our grades, and I'm sure we made mistakes. From what I hear, this guy Spencer Rubenstein and Boozy, like these guys that we haven't seen before, are excellent ball players. So I don't think it would be fair to do a full ranking. Though if you have a ranking, I'd be happy to see it. But I don't think it'd be fair to do a full ranking without seeing everybody play.
All right, sounds good. So if you'll give me co-hosting access, I could share my doc.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we could preview the week 1 matchups.
Back in the day, guys, we used to be so smooth with this, and now
it's old age. It's old age.
Oren has unfortunately taken on my winging it personality, but so we're going with it, baby. We're flowing with it.
I'm pushing 30. What can I say?
Oh, baby.
All right. So Monday, June 19th, we are back in session.
Wow.
And our first game is going to be the Bucks against the Celtics. So that means we have Team Weinberger against Team Levine.
So
Jack, how do you see this one playing out?
So if there was a TNT matchup of the night where they sent Barkley, Kenny, and Chuck with Kevin Harlan and Reggie Miller doing it, like the prime time game, this is the game to watch. I mean, these are easily the best 2 constructed teams in the league, top to bottom. I mean, Levine, we already talked about how much we love the Celtics, how they have all these different pieces. And the Bucks were really kind of the runner-up last year. I know the Wolves were, but if you're talking about who's the team that the Hawks almost lost to, right? Hawks beat the Nuggets by 20, beat the Lakers by 20, beat the Wolves by 30, beat this Bucks team, who were the Spurs last year, by 2 in overtime. And they bring everyone back. They have Noah Block in replacement of Lipner, who I think that's a pretty good get. I mean, obviously Lipner's great, Block's great. So Noah Block's an excellent defender and cutter. He plays with Kelsons throughout the year on their Zion team. He's going to fit perfectly. This is going to be a battle. I take the Bucks just because they're going to get a couple of wins early on, but because they already know how to play with each other.
Right. One advantage the Bucks have, they're not starting from scratch.
They're not starting from scratch. Celtics, again, have like the quintessential kind of like basketball team. 3-and-D,
good ball handlers. They have a lot of good ball handlers.
They have ball handlers. They have 3-and-D wing defenders. They have guys like everybody on that team is someone you want to play with. They don't have one guy you look at and say like, what does he do? Like Chester, 3-and-D, great. Moshe Cohen, defensive player of the year contender. Ari Halpert, first team all TBC last year. Yoni Levine, always a DPOI candidate. Aton Sullivan, a great point guard. Rotblat, a very good center. This will be a dogfight, but I'm going to take the Bucks just because they know how to play with each other, and they won't have any issues where the Celtics might have the issue of whose ball is it if I need to go get a bucket.
I think I would agree with you. I think the Celtics will get better over time, but
Yeah,
I think first game of the season. Also, knowing Rabbi Weinberger, they have problems, and not saying that Steve Rothblatt isn't an issue, but they have issues with dominating centers. Like centers who could really fill up the stat sheet.
offensively, yeah, offensive guys who could, yeah, they don't really. I mean, they're going to rely a lot on Noah Block to guard big bigs, and Rob Blatt's not going to punish you in the post. He's going to rebound. He's going to defend the post, but he's like a serviceable big man. He's not a dump it down, go get me a bucket with the game. He's not a Tim Duncan. He's not that guy.
Right.
He is like a splitter, like a solid starting caliber center on a finals team, 100%. But he's not a Tim Duncan.
And I definitely have to give a shout out to Moshe Weinberger, who's the glue of this Bucks team. He really loves this league. They always think that I'm out to get them. I got to be honest though, there have been rumors that this is the last dance for these guys. So if anything,
It's the last dance. It's not the last dance. Come
you think
on.
they'll be back next year? They always talk about how this is the last year they're playing together.
They're trying to Phil Jackson it. They'll be back next year and next year and next year. And then when they finally draft me, they'll win a championship.
Okay, in fact, okay, then I'm not rooting for them to go.
Well, by then,
I like a
might be
good
too
swan
old.
song.
Hey, listen, by then I might be too old to win a title. I might be too old this year. Last year was definitely my prime. Well, we'll see. We'll see what I'm about.
Yeah. All right. Should be a good opening game to kick off this 2023 season. And then after that, we have the Heat and the Nets. So going to the rosters,
That's going to be Rami versus
Team Hode against Team J Shap. I like that matchup too.
So it's Justin. It's Justin. Oh, well, look. Yeah, I just me and Johnny Nolman I've been doing individual workouts with Johnny on Fridays at T-Next Square if anybody wants to join. Get a little clinic work in. On paper, this should be Heat, I think. Just they have so much size. I mean, they have so much size, and the Nets have.
Key matchup is probably going to be Mikey Mitnick against Akiba Blumenthal.
Well, no, because Tuckman is there, and Tuckman's there. Who's going to guard Tuckman? It's going to be Blumenthal. Then who's going to guard Mikey? Ellie Cohen, Johnny Nolman. Okay. Yaron Rimberg. I got to tell you what it is.
You think Jay Shap's going to be on Hode?
I really like Jacob Wedgell. He's such a good fit on this team.
He was on my team last year.
He's just a guy that could get in the paint and make the right pass. I really like him as a player. I think this is one that the Nets could steal.
High scoring game, right?
I don't know. I think the Heat both teams will need to figure out how to click. I think a team with Nolman and Shapiro will come in. Just how great of a guy Johnny is, and there's no denying that he's might be the best person just in general that I know, other than some of the Weinberger guys. Like he's on that level of just a great dude. I think that team just great energy. I think that team will come in really united. But then again, you got Benny Tugman and Justin. Those are two great guys too, and your own Schneider.
I mean, the Heat, like the Bucks, they're not starting from scratch, but you do have some familiarity with Hode, Schneider, and Tuckman playing together.
Yeah, I'm taking the Heat. They got size. Justin's 6'4". Like people forget that. If Justin can learn to utilize his height a little bit more than he does, he'd be completely unstoppable.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you. I think the Heat pull this out.
I've been hanging out with Justin on weekends and seeing him on Shabbosim. He's as tall as I am. He is so tall and long. This team, they're gonna have to do like a Jokic Murray thing with Tuckman and Hode. They got Mikey Mitnick to stretch and Yaron to bang and rebound. I'm gonna go with Heat, but this one should be a tight game.
Yeah, Hode and Tuckman outscored Johnny. That's the factor for me.
Yeah. Johnny's got a big lift this year. He has to be in great shape.
Yeah. All right. Wow. 2 great games to kick off opening night. I like that. And we have a little bit of an LA showdown. Well, not really. The TABC Clippers and the TABC Lakers.
So give me Rami.
I always have to refresh my memory of who's okay. So that's Team Leifer.
Give me Rami Leifer. No, go back. They're both on this side.
Oh, okay.
And the Clippers are right above them.
Oh, wow. Team Gottlieb against Team Leifer.
Yeah, give me the Lakers. They don't have an answer really
You
for
got reigning MVP. I love the storyline here because you have Hami going up against Gottlieb, and they were teammates last year.
they did and you know, yeah, Yechiel Tannenbaum is underrated in terms of size. I think that this team, the Lakers, could go zone and really give the Clippers problems. I'm not sure if they have enough shooting. They have Mason and Gottlieb, but
I think Gottlieb did a great job with his team last year, but just looking at this team on paper,
last year or this year?
Last year the Timberwolves. I think his team
Yeah,
this
of
year
course.
they seem a lot weaker this year.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
It seems like he threw the whole house on Mason.
It's a lot for Mason to lift. It's a big lift for a guy with a bunch of kids and a life. You know, I believe in Mason. He's a great player. He's great offensively. I just don't know. I just think they both. I think Gottlieb and Mason have the problem of Brown and Tatum, where like they do a lot of the same things. Like they're both good. You know, good with the ball in their hands, ISO guys. And I know he was, and they're both. They're not like necessarily assist guys. Like neither guy is like, all right, if I'm getting the ball, I'm Chris Pauling or I'm Jokicing it or I'm like looking or LeBroning. Like I haven't seen it. They might be, but I haven't really seen it. I think they'd be the first to like agree with that. So like I don't know. I think if the Lakers go zone, they go 2-3, and they force to have 3-point shots beat them, contested threes beat them. I mean, they got Hammy Alexander. At the end of the day, he's going to be a load for this team. They don't really have a dominant big to handle him. He's a lot to handle. He's a lot to handle,
Well,
and there's no bigs
yeah.
here. And on the flip, Yechiel Tannenbaum's there. He's a great rebounder. Rami's a great leader. They could both make me eat my words, and Gottlieb and Mason go for 20 apiece, and then Rob Halpert hits 4 threes, and Benheim hits 3 threes, and it clicks on all cylinders, and I look like the biggest jackass, no pun intended. But like just on paper right now, I'm taking a look at the squads. I'm gonna take the Lakers.
There's not enough talk about Yitzi Weiss. He's a very under the radar pick. He could be the steal of the draft, frankly. Yitzi Weiss was teammates with Zevi Salmon in high school. And
Oh, that's that guy, right?
yeah,
That's the guy.
before
Yeah.
the
So
COVID-19 pandemic, he was a rebounding tool for TAPC, and they were in the finals.
what was he, big man?
He's not big, but he can play big.
He's young, right?
Yeah.
It's just another rebounder, another thing that Lakers are tough. I'm taking the Lakers.
I'll agree with you. And you never know with Jacob Levy, my colleague.
Right, he's going to grease the refs. He's going to get all the calls. It's going to be a road game for the Clips.
Jacob, we love you. And that'll round out our Monday night games. And then the second night of action, we have the Bulls and the Knicks.
Nickelodeon.
That's Team Langer. I think a lot of people are excited to see this team because they're kind of
Bulls?
newbies to our league, but everyone knows.
So this is the worst matchup for the Reinhardt boys to get at all. You know I love the
defend their title.
You know I think Jack Reinhardt is a certifiable MVP candidate any league he joins. I was just thinking about how much I'm going to miss playing with them. As I was walking the other day. I was thinking, I'm going to miss Reinhardt's. Like, I love them. They're my brothers. I call myself JT Reinhardt. That's my boy. Hank is my man. I love that guy. I like their team. I like Bookbinder. I like Michael Reinhardt. I like Jack.
Kleinhaus is a good role player.
Kleinhaus is solid. But, again, their one weakness is bigs, and Langer is big. Langer is very big.
Boosie has some size to him, from what I understand. Right?
Not only that, Herman is pretty big and could shoot, and Langer could shoot and is big, and Boosie is good, and Gersberg is solid. I mean, this is just a lot of size. I'm not going to throw it against the heart of a champion, like the will to win. Those guys have will to win over there on the Bulls side, and they're younger. They got youth, But in terms of just raw size and talent and what they could bring to the table. And the Bulls are really going to just have to play like balls to the wall just after it to want to win, because just like fundamentally, the Knicks have the advantage here.
I agree with you. I do think, though, this game will be a lot closer than people tend to think.
Yeah, it just comes out how hard are the Bulls going to go. I mean, that's how
Yeah,
they're going to win games. They're
I
going
have
to
a lot
win
of
like
fight.
those '90s Bulls, right? Where they don't have a Michael Jordan, but Jack Reinhardt certainly a Scottie Pippen or better. Like but they have all these wing defenders and tough guys, and they're going to have to thug it out a little bit. But Langer's tough. Langer is really good, and so is Herman, and Gersberg's solid. But so
I
they,
mean, they have the
they might have
potential.
to double
They
him.
have the
Langer's
potential to
really
be.
good.
Yeah, they have the potential to be in our league for only 1 year and already take it by storm.
Right, Boosie's house money. No, and apparently Boosie's great. Time out. I heard Boosie was amazing. I did some run through. Apparently he was a walk-on at like Fordham. So yeah. Boosie, I forgot to mention this. I just remembered from a Shabbos conversation I had a month ago, right after the draft. Boosie apparently he had some leg injury recently, so we'll see how he comes off that injury. But apparently he played walk-on at Fordham. He's like the real deal. Apparently he's amazing. He is older. He's probably 30, 31. So we'll see how good of a shape he stayed in.
Right.
I'm hitting
I mean,
28.
they're
I'm
yeah.
starting to get up there in terms of how long I could go. So 30, I can only imagine. But Boozy, Herman, and Langer, man, that's a lot to deal with. I gotta go Knicks. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, they're probably one of the older teams though in this league, so there'll be a
It's
lot
a
of.
war of attrition. Let's see how long they go out.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Knicks.
I'll take the Knicks with you. Looks like I think we've agreed on every game so far. I took the
It's
Bucks.
Wizards Pistons.
Yeah. Wizards. Yeah. Okay. Wizards Pistons for the second game of Tuesday night. So
They don't
that.
need to scroll down. Pistons are lower.
Yep, that's Team Mitnick, the team I think everyone expects to go all the way.
Yeah,
And
no,
Team
no.
Isaac
Ari,
Lafer.
I'm sorry. I just won the Zion championship with Ari and Rafi. I love both of them. Both bring different things to the table. Yeah, yeah. This one isn't close. This is a
No, Ari's team is going to destroy here.
this is a blowout.
In fact, I think I said after the draft that I thought Isaac Lafer's team was one of the bottom dwellers.
That's a tough one to start off for lifers to face the Pistons. Yeah, call this one a wrap. We'll call this the seal of the day. This is the game that gets put on NBA TV tape delay.
Yeah, Pistons overwhelmingly.
I mean, go to the Pistons roster really quick. I
Yeah,
just want to talk on them for a sec. I think they're on the left side. Oh my
I
God,
think this is
they're
the only
so
team
good.
where you have.
Oh, right here. Aaron Heidemann is his Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He's the best defender. He's the best guard defender I have ever played with since graduating college. But like, I can't speak on like all the guys I played with when I was playing at that really high level. But in terms of since then, and I played in high level rec, high level. I mean, again, he is an animal defensively and an energizer bunny and bunnies and fast and relentless. He guarded Max Zakheim in the semifinal and did a fucking great. Did a bleeping great
Okay,
job.
we're not sponsored by anyone.
Oh yeah, he did a freaking great job on one of the best players in Division Three. I mean, really held him. Obviously he had help. I was there in the post to double if he drove, but at the same time, you still have to make him difficult. Like you still have to make it difficult for one of the best players in Division Three right now. Aaron Heidemann's an amazing defender. He's going to give life for fits. Ari and Rafi, they cancel each other out. So now you got Moskovich. You got Austrian supposed to be good. Srulowitz. Like I just don't know where Wizards are getting their points here. Like Rafi Mitnick's going to have to be a big time scorer. And he's really more of a facilitative kind of player. Like he's more of a Pippen than he is a Jordan. Like he is looking. His elite skills are the everything skills: rebounding, passing, defense, shooting. But he's not like Ari is more like give me the ball, I'm ripping through, I'm getting to the rim, but doesn't do the passing stuff as well as Rafi. Rafi, yeah, this is the Pistons.
Yeah, and I think I said this after the draft. I think looking at all these teams, this is the real only team I see on the board where all 7 players are capable of playing the game.
Yeah, well, that could also be a problem, by the way, just saying, because you got to substitute more, and that could be a bigger issue than you think. And secondly, they don't have shooting, so we'll see how it goes when they start facing zones. The only way Wizards win if they go 2-3 and I don't know. Even if you try to slug it out, I mean, Pistons is once again first team all bar fight. Who wants to get in a punch fest with Ari Mitnick and Moskovich and Heidemann if you're a guard? Like you don't want to do that. So we'll see. But this
No,
one's a
this,
wrap.
I
You
agree.
can
This could get
you can
ugly.
lock in this pick.
Yeah. All right. We got to disagree at some point. Last game of Tuesday night, the Kings and the Jazz.
You could go in on this one.
Well, I got to find the teams first.
No,
I'll
they're
memorize them over
up here.
time.
They're right next to each other. It makes it easy.
There we go. Kalimnik against. Well, you want to recuse yourself since this is your team?
I'm gonna recuse.
Um, I think you guys win. Yeah, I think Donnie drafted a lot better.
Look, I hear Simon Brook team is great,
Yeah.
but I'm waiting for you, Simon. I'm excited. I'm excited to play my old friend, my old Valley Toro alum.
How about your old champion teammate from last year, Eric Lifshitz?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm excited for that too. We'll discuss strategy with Burry K, but I'll probably be guarding Lifshitz. Um, you know, I just think I think Brukeem was a great pick. I've gotten some intel that Simon looks amazing and he's in great shape. I've gotten intel from guys that have just played pickup with him recently that he is really a stud and possibly should have gotten top 10. But the fact of the matter is, and Malka's solid, but
I mean, you're overlooking Ori Schwartz too.
Ori Schwartz is great. Ori Schwartz is great. They're a good team. They're a good team. It's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great matchup, but I'll leave you at deciding where you think who's gonna win. We don't have Mizell's week 1, by the way.
Yeah, but I think you, Josh Klein, and Burry is enough to take home the dub.
All right.
I think it'll be a good game though. I'll take you guys like 5-10.
All right.
And then my phone's gonna blow up with texts from Ori Schwartz telling me why I'm wrong. Look forward to getting those. Ori.
Yeah. Okay. What do you say about the Timberwolves matchup?
Oh, before the championship game last year?
Yeah.
Oh
wait, you picked them. That's right.
Did I pick them?
No, I think the one weakness we have. No, this is gonna be a tough matchup because I think the one weakness, my arrogance aside, that it's gonna become misplaced because I don't. We'll see how good I am. I'm not so sure. I might be a little bit past it, but
I mean, you're coming off a Zion championship. Wouldn't that translate to good play in the summer league?
Yeah, but I lost. I had a pretty bad game in a playoff game in the JBA Upper West League, where they figured it out, and I have to go back to the lab and figure out how to break that, what they were throwing. But I think our weakness as a team is perimeter defense, to say the least. If Mizell's, especially if he's not playing, like last year we had the Reinhardts and we had Lifshitz. Offensively, we're amazing. But we'll see.
I think Josh Klein is going to cook for you.
Yeah, he's great. I love Josh Klein. He is going to cook. So like if Brukeem and Schwartz can figure out how to bust that, they'll have a shot. But I am going to be there in the paint, and they know that. So they got a plan for that. They already know that I'm going to be there in the paint. So and I'm jumping higher than I ever have, and I'm thinner than I've ever been. So they got a plan for that, but if they can figure out how to bust that, then that's what they have to resolve. And then on our end, we gotta just make things difficult for Simon and take away what Ori Schwartz wants to do, and force Lifshitz, Malka, Kalimnik, force them to be the guys that beat us.
Did you and Simon have the same coach at Valley?
No, he's older than me.
I wasn't sure. I was curious.
He's much older.
All right. So we don't have to ask that coach who he
6 years older. Yeah.
We don't have to ask that coach who he thinks is going to win this one.
First of all, my high school coach, if I saw him in an alley, I might put a 2-piece on him. He might end up in Holy Name. I don't like that guy. But so go ahead. Next match.
All right. And then no, that's the last game of Tuesday. So Wednesday, now we go to 4 on Wednesday night instead of the old 2 because we expanded. So that'll be quite interesting.
Spurs and Rockets. Let's see the Spurs. I don't remember.
Spurs and Rockets. All right.
We know this is Dan versus Zevi.
You do because you memorized the rosters already, I guess.
I only saw it once.
Leo Rubin.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta say something about that. No, scroll down, scroll down. I know what the Rockets look like. Um, yeah, I gotta take the Spurs here. I think the Rockets are gonna have trouble this year. They just are.
I mean, we talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Dan Polioff, should be spending more time in the gym and not sending music to people. I think that Zevi Samit and him, they just do two of the same things. I think Sammy Nance, their third guy, but he's best cutting off. He's best in like either attacking the rim with the ball. He's the best with the ball in his hands. He's not really an off-ball player. Like even when he played with me and Reinhardt, when he came off the bench, it was like, all right, cook or throw it in the post and cut. So like I don't know how he fits. And I just think the Spurs, like Leo Rubin and Spence, I hear are both really good. So when I first gave him a bad rating, I didn't know that. And so I think the Spurs are going to win. I really think the Rockets are in for a long season. I love Zevi. Zevi's the best player in the league. Not even close. Dan is probably the best number two, even though he's the music man. But they're not going to win a game.
Wow. So let me have fun with this. Let me take the Rockets.
Yeah,
I think Zevi has a great first game. And then after that, I think
honestly, they should just throw two guys on Zevi.
Yeah.
And just take the three away from, whatever.
I think Zevi has a great first game of the season. Then after that, it gets a little dicey.
No, I don't want to piss off Zevi. I got to text Zevi why I'm being so harsh.
No, it has nothing to do
I got
with
some
Zevi.
personal things that are on my mind right now that are clearly airing up that have nothing to do with him. They clearly have the most top two talent. No, I think that the Rockets obviously going to win games. They have the top two talented guys, but I just think it's going to take some adjustments to get used to playing with each other, Dan and Zevi. So I think the Spurs are going to take this one.
All right. Moving on, we have. I'm sorry. We have the Cavs and the Magic. Let me scroll. Oh, okay. So we got JJ Zackheim's team.
Oh, great team.
And do I have to go the other side? I scroll up. Yep, I got to scroll. Oh, Rami Polinsky's team.
Yeah, okay. Pencil it in. This is my second lock of the night. Give me JJ.
Yeah, I'll take JJ too.
JJ,
I do think
in terms of pickup, he is the best get me a bucket pickup player other than Zevi Samit and Ryan Terrell and like Ethan Lasco that I've probably played with, like, and maybe Simcha Halper. Like he's on that level. He's JJ Zackheim is go get me a bucket magic, like magical with the basketball in terms of scoring the ball. He's a legitimate Jamal Murray. And if he gets hot from three, look out. Your only chance against him is that he's cold from three, you really have to focus a defense against him and force him into tough things. If I'm the Cavs, I have to go. Do not go man. If you go man against the Magic once this season, you are losing. You cannot stop them. Gartenberg might be the best PNR big in the league. Hands, length, size, screening. They got Dietz to space it. Scroll down. You saw Tannenbaum's a good defender. Ben Zerman. This is your fourth guy. It's a good player. Give me the Magic.
Yeah, you're saying the Cavs should not go man.
No, go zone.
Right. Because I think
unless you have Keskiahu Bernstein, you can't guard JJ Zackheim.
I mean, I think if you have Rami guarding JJ's just going to keep racing past you each and every time.
I mean, who on this team could guard him? Go up. Ellie Greenberg actually, I think, might do a good job on JJ. But I mean, he's not gonna because he's tough and he's physical and he doesn't give an F and he's mean and he's got an attitude and he's an MFer. He's unafraid. Sally Greenberg might be the guy to guard him, but Yeah, they got to go zone. I'm taking
Or
the Magic.
maybe Fuhrer.
Yeah, I don't know how Fear plays. I know he played for the Max, but we'll see how it
Well, he
goes. I
also play,
just really
he
like
filled
look.
in times with that Pacers team.
The Magic are coming off. Gardenberg and JJ have the chemistry from the Zion League. They're going into it with that two-man game already on point. And Dietz is a great fit anywhere, and they just got a good team.
Yeah, I think Gartenberg's also he texted me like right after our draft recap. He's definitely playing with a chip on his shoulder.
Why is he playing with a chip?
I don't know. He just I don't know if it was he thought that I trashed his playing last year, or maybe he thought he
You
wasn't as
did trash his playing last year.
I I
You said even with how he played last year, I said, yeah, no, he's excellent. He was on not the right roster.
he wasn't on the right roster.
He is excellent.
Yeah, he's
One
great.
of my favorite guys to play with.
No,
He
when he
can
was on
catch and finish.
when he was on Yoni Levine's team a few years ago, he was his team went all the way to the semifinals.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He was a big
All right.
key. Yeah. All right. All right, we're actually almost done.
Warriors.
Warriors Suns.
Who's on the Warriors?
I believe that's Stevie Paul's team. Stevie Paul, captain.
Oh
for
yeah, Warriors. Yeah,
Uh,
that's one of the better teams in this league.
yeah.
Again, I had said
You thought Tripp was a like a good late pick for them.
he's excellent. He's 22. He's 6'4", got long arms, strong. I mean, last year in the post, I was 190 then. I'm now probably gonna play a lot more wing or in the post. I need it. I had to give him 3 or 4 moves to score. And Stevie, I can't score on the post. I got to take him out on the wing. So they got 2 guys. They got 2 bigs, and they got Wasatski, a killer, and they got Asaf Miller, a killer. Again, the one trick to beating the Warriors is to just zone out and force Seth Foreman to beat you. But I think
careful what you say about the Suns because our friend Brian Short thought we were way too critical of them.
What did he say?
No, he's just like you don't
hi to me since. I feel like we're officially enemies. Even though
no, he was texting me after. He was like, I saw what you said about us. You really don't know us so well,
So who's this guy? Who did we get wrong? What was his take?
I don't know. We just thought like we have all this chemistry because all these guys are from Hillside and played at JEC.
What did they win at JAC?
What was that?
What did they win at JAC?
Nothing. And Brian didn't even go to JEC.
Look, who's their number 1 option?
Probably the captain himself, Shamar Yahoo.
Yeah, okay. He's good. He's really good, but he is more of a facilitator. He's like Chris Paul.
Totally agree.
You don't want him to be your first scorer.
I guess he was also saying we don't know it. He was saying we don't know enough about Jake Goldberg.
All right, I'll shut my mouth till Jake. I'll shut my mouth then, but I'm going to take the Warriors. I know these guys. I think this is a good team.
Yeah, I actually think Stevie drafted very well for his first time.
And I think, how big is Jake Goldberg?
I wonder if he's related to Zach Goldberg. He was my age. Went to
I don't know, but all I gotta say is this: there's a lot of size on that team. Even Wasowski, he's like 6'1", and with long arms. Like there's a lot of size on this Warriors team. So you got a lot to deal with on the glass. You just do. It's just a lot to handle. So let's see if you're up for it.
Yeah. Wizzo's he's gonna splash it every night, it seems.
Well, they'll be open.
Yep.
Oh,
all right. And
Seth Foreman will.
Seth Foreman's always an under the radar late pick. He always knows his role,
No, Seth's good. I'm just it's like he's getting if he's a knockdown shooter, that team's unbeatable.
Yeah.
They're gonna be really hard to beat if Seth Foreman can knock down threes.
And then our last game of week 1.
If he's streaky, sometimes he hits, sometimes he doesn't. They have a Death Star hole. Like that's the hole. Like that's the Luke Skywalker Death Star. Throw those pin missiles right into that little thing and blow up the Death Star. That's their weak spot right there. That's if he can't, because then teams are just gonna sag off, throw a double at Stevie or throw a double at a Wizzo drive, put their best defender on a soft so he doesn't get going. And then, double there on Tripp and double there on Stevie with that guy guarding Seth. Seth's got to come in and say, leave me open. Pop, pop, Pang, pang, ping, ping, pow.
Well,
Rules
a
every time
wise
you count.
man, I don't know if it was you or someone else, but a wise man once said the make or break of the draft is, in fact, the mid rounds.
It was Schwartz, Ori Schwartz.
Yeah, right. So, that's where, like, how valuable it is when you pick the Seth Formans or the Daniel
We
Blaus.
got Lear Kadok, and I like him. He can hit
Right,
open threes. You can't leave Lear Kadok open. You can't. You
right.
can't leave Lear Kadok open. He's one of the best catch and shoot 3-point shooters in the league. He's up there. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't leave him open. So
All right.
I
I
like him.
remember. I
All
remember
right, we got Mavericks versus who?
against my team, the Pelicans. So I'm going to recuse. You take it away.
Yoav Deutsch is good. Lipner's good. I mean, you got a good team. Sammy Turner, obviously. Goffeld, Lions. I think the Pelicans are going to come in hungry. I think they're a little hungry. They're very disappointed last year.
Well, no one's disappointed last year because it's all new teams.
But Jordan and Weissman
Shlomo, right? They were
back
teammates
together
last year.
again. They know how to play with each other. I'm going to take the Pels.
I mean, you remember how Jordan and Shlomo went out last year against that crazy Isaac Merwis shot.
Yeah.
They like fought all the way back down, they were down by over 30 at one point now.
Yeah.
They came all the way back only to lose on that freak shot by Isaac.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Pelicans. Deutsch just got to prove it to me. But it's 2 years in a row with a bad record, or what was he 2 years ago?
No, well, this is Deutsch's first year as a captain.
But what was he my first year in JBC? What team was he on?
Deutsch was on Isaac Lafer's team a few years ago, and I think last year he was
Well,
on.
wait. How well did Isaac Leifert do? They were yellow, right? Or were they light green?
They were like Kelly
Yeah,
Green.
they were like a first round exit.
Joe Rosen was on that team.
That was a good team. Yeah, no, Isaac's got to go get Yoav Deutsch has got to go get it done. So
Right. He was on that winless Pacers team last year.
give me a team with two Max and a champion and Isaac Gore and a runner up and Rami Pinchot and it's not personal. They're good. They're good. The Mavs just go out and show it.
Yeah.
I don't know enough.
Yeah. There'll definitely be a heavy burden on Shlomo with the
Why?
because with the exception of Shlomo, no one else on this team is big.
Well, yeah, it was on him to get into shape. We said it, so we'll see what kind of shape he's in.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I haven't done such a good job in getting in peak shape. I'm in good enough shape, but I definitely got a ways to go.
Well, you have 9 days because you play on Tuesday.
Got to hit 24-hour fitness a couple times.
Yeah.
I'll be doing a lot of clinics from now until then, I'll tell you.
I should hook you up with my personal trainer.
Who's the guy?
Shout out to George Miranda.
I don't know. I have the cashola to do a personal trainer, but I appreciate it.
All right.
All right,
Could be
man. Got all the matchups?
Yeah, so looking back on this, it looks like the only matchup where we really differ was that Spurs Rockets game, and I'm not so sure that was really a difference of opinion. It was just me thinking like Zevi's going to have a great first game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about the Music Man or whatever, being a little bit harsh on him. I got some. Yeah, they're going to be good. They're not going to be winless. They're going to be good. I'm just being a dick. That'll be a good game.
Yeah.
That'll be a good game.
But anyway, I think that does it for our week one preview. Any players that you think we're not talking enough about that are really going to surprise us?
Boozy. But from what I hear, Goldberg, I guess,
yeah, right.
Riley Goldberg is the second coming of Kevin McHale, and the Suns are going to win the championship. Like, I don't know. Like,
I think Jake Goldberg's father is
better be Hammy Alexander at least if they want a shot at a high seed. He has to be at least Hammy Alexander. At least. At most, Ryan Terrell. But at least he's got to be Hammy Alexander. I mean, Schmarz is great and Shore is great. I like both of their games. But Shore, he's like a wing. He's not really he's within the flow of an offense. Swing, swing, three. Swing, swing, post up, reverse, drive, defense. Um, you know,
You have so many great storylines. You have the Mitnick brothers squaring off week one. You have Hami against Akiva Gottlieb.
I look the TNT game of the week is Bucks Celtics and Kings Jazz will be fun because me and Oren are
Yeah, it's
going.
kind of funny. I'm so used to seeing Team Weinberger on the last night of week one. It's so funny that they're
Well,
kicking.
at their age, they got to play at 8 o'clock.
They
They got
played at 10. They a lot of their games were 10 o'clock in past years, if I
well,
recall.
you screwed them over. That's past their bedtime, sir. They got to be back at bed. They got kids to take care of. I am not happy with all my Monday and Wednesday games, but hopefully I'll get a babysitter for those nights. So it's not gonna be people want to switch. Let
Or
me
Nazi can sit in the crowd with me doing score.
You want to handle Nati at a basketball game? The guy is me, junior. He's got my energy, but he's 2 years old. So he's all over the place. I love him. He's baby JT for sure.
I can
He ain't
handle it.
sitting down in one place. He's a great kid. I love him. He's the best. All right, man.
All
That's
right.
it, right?
Yep. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We look forward to seeing all of you next week. For Jack Terrell, Oren Glickman, have a great rest of your week. And next week, there'll be TABC Summer League. Happy birthday to my boy, Jack Terrell.
We doing a TABC. All right.